Scott, a first away league win of 2025. Probably not the easiest way to have done it, but all the same, I'm sure we're delighted to have seen the side pick up those 3 points this afternoon. What are your thoughts on a hard-fought battle?
Yeah, absolutely that. I think 2-1 down at half-time was probably a little bit unfair. I actually thought we were okay in the first half. Obviously a penalty decision that was a little bit dubious in my opinion. And then the second goal, the guy slipped and then taken me out as I'm about to clear it. And it's just one of those ones where it's a bit unlucky, I guess you could say. And you go in at half-time feeling a little bit deflated. And then Yeller kind of spoke first, and then I went after, and I just made a bold decision. I just said I'm going to take myself off. We're going to go with two natural full-backs to go and impress their wing-backs. We're going to go sort of man for man all over the pitch. And I thought second half, I thought the boys were absolutely brilliant. I thought we deserved to get our noses in front, if I'm honest. And then the way that we held out was fantastic. I thought Edon Pruti, in terms of the balls that came into the box for the last 15, 20 minutes, he got his head on absolutely everything. And I thought he was a standout player on the pitch today. So credit to him. But there was other individual performances. David Ogbonna worked his absolute socks off. Jammers has obviously got a goal. And then you talk about subs that come on and impact the game. Josh has come on and done well. And then Gilbs in his energy was fantastic to see. There's no sulking with him. And I actually said to him before the game, I said, I feel like I might have made a mistake here by leaving you out when I saw the state of the pitch. Because he's a second ball man, he goes and gets his foot on the end of loose balls, and his work rate when he come on the second half, it was really pleasing to see, because sometimes subs can come on and be a little bit lazy, but he was certainly the opposite and made a massive impact in the game.
Yeah, it definitely felt like the substitutions sort of added on top of each other as each one came on. Just on your substitution then, there was no sort of injury potential there, it's just purely just tactical and you wanted to change things up? Yeah,
so we wanted to be more aggressive in terms of our fullbacks. I didn't think Edon would be suited to go and engage their wing back sort of like high up the pitch. Jammers and Josh have done it for us for a long period of time now, so I didn't want to take Edon off in terms of balls getting put in our box, long throws for Guy, Edon going and attacking them, Guy taking them, and I thought, well, I'm a bit sort of redundant here. I didn't want to come off, but it's one of those ones, I think, for the sake of the team, I did it. And yeah, fortunately, it's paid off. It doesn't all the time, of course. But yeah, listen, I think you can play your part in it as a manager from the side. And I felt like second half, the staff certainly did that, just in terms of the being vocal on the side of the pitch and telling the boys what we want and what's required. But we didn't mess around with it in the second half. It's a really difficult pitch. I know that they've got some top players who probably enjoy going away from home and playing on nice pitches or AstroTurfs. But yeah, it's a real battle up out there. It's a lot worse when you're on it than it is from the side. But I thought we deserved it in the end. I thought we pretty much edged it, just about. Could have had a couple more. They might have had another one. But yeah, listen, overall, it's just great to get that win. It's the monkey off the back. And I'm absolutely over the moon for us. But I'm even more over the moon for the fans. I know it's so cliche, this, that and the other, but I don't know how many away games we've played, but we've probably cost them the best part of £150, £200 in terms of ticket prices for the last 10, 12 away games that we've not won. I don't know how many it is, but yeah, it's an expensive and away win, but hopefully they'll enjoy it and they'll appreciate the efforts that the boys put in today.
And another person who I think probably deserves a bit of credit, because we don't often talk too much about him, which is Jamal Prosper, who scored the equaliser this afternoon. How much of a fantastic character is he amongst the squad, as well as the fact he's so useful in the fact that he can sort of play any sort of defensive position that you ask of him? Yeah, no,
Jams is brilliant. I think Tuesday night he was annoyed with himself because he played a massive part in the goal for Bath second. He was a little bit sloppy and his reactions weren't great. Spoke to him last night and I had a long journey here with him in the car because he lives down the road from me. And Jammers has been a friend first and foremost before he's been a teammate or a player of mine. I've known him for a very long time. And Jams is as good as he wants to be. He can turn it on at times. Defensively, 1v1, he's excellent. Aerially, he's great. He scored a great goal today. And yeah, again, listen, he was superb. So I love Jammers. He knows what I think of him. He's been asked to play in many different positions and never let us down in his almost 2 years at the club. So yeah, listen, Jammers is what he is. Does exactly what it says on the tin in any position that you ask him to do. And it's a pleasure to have him with us.
I've got a few more questions for you, but I'll try and spitfire a few together if I can. A few changes and differences today, of course, was Slavy Sparsov named as captain this afternoon. And also we did see the two debuts of the two Wycombe Wanderers youngsters, Bartolo and Taylor Clark. What did you make of their performances?
It's a really difficult game to come into. I thought they both competed really well. They didn't shy away from hard work, but in terms of the quality of the game, it probably didn't suit them too much. Probably didn't see the best of them because we made it simple, made it ugly, had to be effective, and listen, both teams did that. So like I said, not the easiest of games to come into, but they held their own really well. I think they can both be pleased. Jaden's just coming back from an injury, so we always had in mind for him to play an hour, whereas Taylor's obviously had a bit more game time and been training regularly. So no, but overall really pleased. And then Slavy being captain, I think Henry's done it and Jams has done it when Josh and Bayliss have been out. And I like to spin it around because I think it means something. It's nice to lead the team out. It's nice to have an armband on. And I think Slavy's been brilliant all year. I think his attitude has been superb. And also he's been extremely loyal. He's turned down the opportunity to move to 3 professional clubs over the course of a season. And I just wanted to basically give him something back. Every time that there's been a little bit of interest, he just says, no, I just want to see the season out with you guys. I want to help you get across the line. And hopefully that 3 points today has gone a long way to achieving that. So, no, Slavy's been remarkable in terms of his attitude and what he's given us. And I think he sets an example for the young lads because I think he's still only 22, 23. But the way that he led the line today was brilliant, and I'm glad that he's got his goal.
And as routine, I have to kind of ask you still about injuries and players who haven't been involved today. Still noticing Dan Roth was in a boot this afternoon, and also Lewis Mitchell, who didn't appear again today. What's the latest on those couple of players?
Yeah, Dan Roth's got to wear the boot for another week, so he's rolled his ankle in training sort of 10 days ago, which is a real shame. Lewis Mitchell might be back for next Saturday. He's got a bit of a bone spur on his foot, which is causing him a little bit of ag. He's had some doctor's appointments and whatnot. But like you say, it's Dan Bayliss is being out as well. There's 3 players there that we can name that would play a big part in terms of what we've been about this season and needing people for the running. And I think that's why it's so important that we had to strengthen. Obviously, Sam departing as well. We needed something different up top. Just to make sure that we've got options, and it's good to have them. So, no, credit to the club for allowing us to do that, and obviously thanks to Wickham for allowing us to bring them in.
And just finally then, as we look to take this sort of momentum now from this fixture today into next Saturday, just ask you briefly, obviously it's not just about the Enfield game next Saturday, it's also non-league day as well as our Thames Hospice day. Are we now looking forward to the day itself as well as the game? Yeah,
listen, we're not on the beach yet. We're not safe. Today has gone a long way to doing that. I won't be pleased until it's mathematically impossible for us to go down. But I do believe that when we finally get safe, we'll be able to go and play with no pressure. I think the boys have felt it over the past few weeks. There's a young group in there that are sort of making their way up the leagues, that do have to deal with the pressure at times and maybe the outside noise, and it's tricky, but I think hopefully now that when we're going to matches over the coming weeks, we've got 7 games where we can hopefully pick up as many points as we can, finish as high as we can. We're in that sort of like middle zone where it's almost a mini league now to see who can finish maybe 9th or 10th or whatever it is, and we'll be trying everything we can to do that. So next week will be great. I believe that I'm going to have a new assistant manager for the day, so hopefully it's an improvement on Yella. So we'll see who it is, but it's a great day for a great cause. People know that it means a lot to me. Non-league day as well, it'd be, I'm sure, a bumper crowd that hopefully we can go and enjoy and hopefully get a result against a really strong Enfield side at the moment. So credit to Gav and Enfield, they've turned it round massively. I looked at the league table that someone tweeted this morning, they had, I think it was 20 points not long ago, and I think now they're, I don't know what they're on, 41 maybe, which is incredible. So they've really done well over the course of the second half of the season. So we know it'll be tough and we'll have to be ready.
Brilliant, Scott. Thank you for your thoughts on today's excellent away win away at Hornchurch, and we'll be happily anticipating to see who will be your assistant manager on next Saturday against Enfield Town.
Cheers, Con. Thank you.